And we are live.
What's up, guys?
How was y'all's week? Anything
Busy?
eventful? Anything eventful?
Mm, not really. We're leaving for the beach Saturday, so trying to get everything finished up at work and get everything packed up.
How far is that for you guys?
About 4 hours.
'Cause I have a similar trip because I have to go to Dallas.
Is that about how far it is from you?
Yeah.
That's probably a lot better than the
I,
last
I,
couple you've been on.
well, I'm not driving. I'm driving this one. You know, so it's just different all the way around. I'm also going by myself. I'm not carpooling, but yeah. I have something fun. I most likely will lose, but it will be fun trying to win. Um, so this is our last match. We have a doubleheader. We got one on Saturday and then one on Sunday, and then we're done. Okay. The one on Saturday, we're gonna get smacked terribly. It's gonna be terrible. It's the best team in the league. They haven't lost one race, not matches, races. There's like 8 races in a match. They're all a little bit different. They haven't lost one. Now,
Not a single one.
not
Holy
one.
cow.
Yeah. So, and I actually think we'll beat them in a couple things, but like their team is so good, like they're gonna destroy us. But Sunday is a match that we could win. But do you guys know who Wes Kitts is? I know you do, Daniel, because of Cal Strength. So Wes Kitts has the American record for clean and jerk. Okay, he clean and jerks like 500 pounds. Okay, see, he's in the 220 class, 220-pound class, 225 ish, and I think he went up to the big boys too. I think but the American record's in the 102 class, so like 225. He's like 6'3", just big guy. Used to be a football player, then got into Olympic lifting. I have to go. It's me versus him, 1-on-1, 3 clean and jerks at 300 pounds.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I know this dude. I've seen this dude.
And so it's a good chance I'm not going to win that. But I'm going to give it my all. And if I do win, it'll be like probably the highlight of my year. But I'm going to send you guys. So I've practiced, right, just in case this happened. And then I'm really, really, really hoping he's just super cocky, because I would be if I was 100 pounds stronger than everybody. It's the first time I'm like against somebody that's like they're a good bit stronger. It's not just that they're stronger. Like the amount that I'm stronger than you, Brock, he's stronger than me.
Yeah, that's right. That's insane.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Not that much. Not that much. Sorry. No, not that much. It's like 80 pounds. So Daniel, the amount that I'm stronger than Daniel, he's stronger than I am.
We could have just left it at where it was at.
I was thinking of like what your numbers. I'm sorry.
We could have just rolled with it.
I didn't mean to like put you under the bus, but I was thinking of your numbers, and like Daniel's numbers make more sense to that. But
I'm just messing.
I'm gonna send you guys. I did this at the gym on Wednesday, and I want you guys to watch it. And now, listen, if I do this, I'll be happy. And if he beats me, good on him. I'm not going to be any faster than this.
Dude, you're freaking. It looks like you get whiplash when you let the bar hit the ground.
And it 100%. It is so painful. I feel like I have gone through a car accident every time I try to do it, and like I can't. My hands are too small to hold on to it. So like this transition from here if I try to catch it on my thighs, it will come out of my hands. Like I can't hold on to it because it's too much momentum. So that like crazy bounce that happens off of the ground, it actually bounces back up into my hands, and then I'm strong enough I can clean in like an upright row position, and then somehow make it work for me. But dude, my whole body hurts after. Like I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything else. Like it's because this it does like when it hits the ground, it just shakes me. I think size helps a ton with like just controlling the weight. You know what I mean? It's not even a strength thing. It's just this transition from here to the ground. But my thought process is you can only go so fast, right? So like if he does this and go and touch and go, I think I can beat him. I think I can beat him, right? If I get to the bar before him, like that's another like second or two. So I don't think I have like if I do that, all I want is just to be able to do. I just want to do that. But I think I have a fighting chance. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like I'm just gonna lose. But I do think I lose more than I win. But it's I'm good. I feel like that's good enough that it will be interesting. It'll be close. You know what I mean?
That's the one that's in the last event, right?
No. This is just a one-on-one me and him. Like it's not the team. It's wow. No. It's not like if I'm ahead, then I just have to be able to do it, right? It's not that. It's me and him both line up at the line. The bell goes off. You run 70 feet to the bar. 3 clean and jerks. Run to the end.
And that's the event.
That's the event. It's just one-on-one.
You got a chance.
Well, that's all I want, Daniel. But now you have to think about this. This bar probably feels like 225 to him, right? What 225 feels like to me, like that's what it feels like to him.
Yeah.
So, but if I just do that, I don't think it's out of the.
He's probably fast enough, or the problem is you're fast enough where if he isn't like peeking you after the first rep, he's screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think if the first rep I get done first, again, you can only go so fast.
Yeah.
So like and then I'm going to try to get to the bar first, but do you see how like I have to do that little setup though? It's not a grip and rip type thing. The very first rep.
Yeah.
I have to set up. And I'm just hoping that his like Olympic lifting background, like he has to set up too.
Yeah.
Because if I just try to pull immediately without that little like hips down setup, that first one has to be crisp for the whole thing to go well. Yeah. If I like am out of balance in that first one, then like I'm gonna miss the second one. Like it has to be in like a rhythm. So that's if he can
normally get like an adrenaline rush like in an event like that.
I don't know. It's my first time being in an event like that.
Well, I'm saying like any grid CrossFit competition.
No, I'm pretty calm and collected, like with anything I've ever done.
You don't even like get like your heart going a little bit?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like every competition I've been in, which is not a whole lot, but the weight always feels lighter than what I'm expecting. Just because of the adrenaline.
See, I would say sometimes it feels heavier, sometimes it feels lighter. And it just kind of, I've never failed. So like, but like TFX, when they had a max snatch in 5 minutes, like I misloaded the weights and I had 310 on and I thought it was 295 and like smoked it. So like it's, but I'm not nervous for that. As I like, you do what you do in the gym, like you practice it. You always get to, it's not just sprung on you, right? So what is there to be nervous about? Like you just do, if you do what you do at the gym, you just execute your best. You know what I mean? It's not like football. It's not like basketball where it's like, you know, you get this one play and if you mess up, you might not get another play, right? Like Or, basketball, like, you're down by 10, you have to push it and the other team's better. Like, it's not like those games. You know what I mean? You've done it before. You literally just do what you have done before. And why would you be nervous about that?
That's fair.
That's an argument. I see it.
Like Olympic lifting, like when I've done Olympic lifting meets, like I'm even those the first lift you have is like 30 pounds under your max. So if you just hit that first one, like you're fine. Then you're on the board and there's no reason you should ever miss. Now if you miss, then you might get in your head. But that has not happened to me. I don't know, and I'm not been in stuff like that Daniel's been in, but I don't get very nervous or anything like that.
I could definitely see an argument if you've done it before and you can do it, then it's a little different. But I still personally I don't know if I'd call it nerves, but it would just be like that competition excitement. It's kind of I don't know. So.
Okay. Well, then how about this? Like, because I think you can resonate with this. The very first race, I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay.
But then once you do that race, you're calm. Like you're in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Did you feel that, Brock? Have you done like any like high school sports where you feel like that? Like you might be nervous.
Yeah, I always got nervous like when we played or like when I played football, and I wasn't like a superstar by any means. I was on the offensive line, so nobody was really watching me anyways, especially in high school. Nobody, unless you know football like really good, you really don't pay attention to the offensive line. But when like our first drive, whenever we would, we'd walk out of the tunnel and there'd be, thousands of people, and then you line up for the first time. Yeah, I've got some nerves. But then after the first drive, it's like you don't pay attention to the crowd. But yeah, same way in the CrossFit competition for me. That first event, I get a little, not shaky, but or right before the first rep, like when they call 10 seconds, I'm like, all right. And then I start getting a little something. And then once I start, you block everything out and just go.
Dude, that was the worst part about the NFL for me, is I had to do that multiple times in a game. So, because you get in one play and then you're out for 15, 20 minutes just cold.
You're not even nervous anymore. You're like, oh man, I'm so stiff.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope I don't pop my Achilles here.
Right.
And you're doing it in front of 50,000 people.
To be completely honest, the crowd never really got me like that. It was always the thought, and maybe this is bad, but probably is. It was always I'm either going to get fired if I don't do well, or if I don't get fired, I'm going to be embarrassed in front of the whole team during a film session on Monday or something.
Oh, dude, that was the worst.
Yeah,
and that's I'm sure it's a whole nother level at the NFL.
But the NFL, it's grown men, like just that. I feel like that would be just emasculating.
It was. It was.
Like I get it. I'm not a man. I understand.
Especially when it's one of those plays that, like, while they're going, and again, I just dealt with it in high school, but it's like 5 minutes later, they go back to where you screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the whole entire film meeting, you're getting just hammered the whole time.
I always wanted to watch the game as quickly as possible, and I would do, like, if I could, I'd get it on the bus right afterwards, just cycle through the plays really fast, be like, oh, okay, like we'll be okay. This won't be too bad.
Your plays.
Yeah.
You see one like, oh man, that's gonna be a rough one.
Yes. But
Well, hopefully it goes well. I will update you guys. It's on Sunday if you want to watch it.
I'm excited, dude. That would be cool.
I'm definitely watching it.
Is it in the morning?
It's at 1 Central.
Oh, okay, cool.
Central, so that's,
yeah, I honestly, that's the only thing I care about. Like everything else, I don't. It'll be fine. You know, like I'm uncaring about it. But my coach though, oh my gosh, she was like, do you want to be, or she's like, I'm thinking about having Raphael do partner forward, and that way you're like not tired for the clean and jerks. And this would mean like partner forward's the first race, mirror is the second race, and then you have that ringer, right? That would mean I'd have like 40 minutes of being cold, and then I have to go do those 3 clean and jerks. Where a partner forward is 6 reps of double dumbbell overhead squats and 6 and burpee box jump overs on like a 40-inch box. Like they're very explosive movements. Like there's 70-pound dumbbells and 40-inch box, but it's 6 reps. And I'm like, I feel like I kind of need partner forward. Yeah. Like it'll just so I can be warm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like in practice, like for that one, I did partner forward, and then like I warmed up to 285, and then I did partner forward, and then I waited like 15 minutes, and then I did that. So like I tried to make it as realistic, as possible. So yeah, we'll see. You just gotta get that first clean and jerk out of the way. Yeah. I am a little scared. I might like what I am nervous for is the run to the bar. I haven't sprinted in a long time, man. Like it's just I'm scared my hamstring is going to get tight right before I get to the bar.
You better knock on some wood.
You know what I mean? Well, I don't believe in that stuff, Daniel. I might ask God to help me out, but I'm not going to knock on wood and make that an idol. Good grief! I might as well say that's karma if that happens too. While we're at it, but like that's. Like I want to run, I want to sprint, right? Because I think I can get time if I start before him. Like you said, if I get that first one out of the way, you can only go so fast, right? Mm-hmm. But I've not sprinted since a long time. Like I don't know when the last time I sprinted. So like I'm probably going to do like some shuttle sprints before the match, or I might do that tomorrow. I don't know. Just to kind of practice that, because I don't know.
You're not wrong, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to run slow to the bar. And then if I sprint and my hamstring starts to tighten, it's not like I'm pulling it. That's not what I'm talking about. But it just starts to tighten. You know how scared I'm gonna be on that first clean and jerk, or like the confidence that I'm gonna have in that, because that thing that you guys see, like it shakes me up in my core pretty badly. But my hamstrings and my butt, that's what gets super tight because it's such a fast pull. Does that make sense? Like on it. That's what gets stressed the most. So that's the one thing that like could happen that I'm like, that would suck. Like I would be upset about that. But
is he still like 240, 230?
Oh, I bet he's heavier, Daniel. He's retired.
Dude, then I would. Well, I don't know. Like he might have trimmed out then.
Oh, you think he had to be heavy to lift what he? I guess he did 109 after 102s, right?
I don't know. I didn't follow it that closely.
I imagine he's 225, 230.
Because I feel like don't max sprint it. Be like at like 90, 95%, where like you got a little tiny.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna have to slow down to get to the bar anyway.
Yeah.
But I haven't 90, 95% sprinted. I'm saying like I have not ran fast in a long time. Like the only time I've ran fast is after like a slow run, like the end of a 20-minute run. Does that make sense? And like you're trying to you're trying to sprint to the finish.
Oh, you're good, Dan. You're already tired.
What are you talking about?
If you're sprinting,
but your hamstrings are all really, really warm.
Yeah.
They're warm, but they're also like tired. Like,
but that's not going to be the case here. I'm going to go from 0 to 100.
Just do a couple beforehand. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna have Daniel's 40 time Brock out there, and then just have to try to clean and jerk it.
How far
to
is
fill
it?
out like how big he is. Like if he comes in at 220, you probably need to sprint a little bit.
I'm
harder.
not gonna worry about what he's doing. Like I'm not gonna worry about what he's doing at all. I'm just gonna do my part. And then, because I would say 80% he wins, right? So like, I'm not gonna worry about him. And then if I win, it's great deal. But I just want to be able to do what I can do. But yeah, it's a 70 feet. How many yards is that?
It's not
25 yard sprint, 23 yard sprint.
Yeah, 23 roughly.
Okay, I'll go run some 23 yard sprints. Tomorrow.
You can't even get up to top speed, really. You're just getting there. And then
maybe you can't. I don't know if you remember when we practiced our 40s. I'm at top speed like that. You're the one who takes a while to get there.
That ain't true.
There was this time in high school when he was practicing his 40-yard dash, Brock, and we were like the exact same speed. But I would beat him on the start every single time, like the first 2 steps, every time. But like I wasn't faster, and he would even like kind of gain a little bit by the end of it. But just that start, that big body takes a little bit to get going.
Longer limbs, man. Hard to get the contact in the ground.
How tall is Wes?
He's not. I wouldn't say he's more than 6'2" at all. I'd be surprised if he's that.
I'm hoping maybe range of motion will come into play.
5'11".
Yeah, that makes more. He was closer to 6. I thought.
Never mind. We're the same. We're essentially the same.
239 is what this says, but I don't know how accurate that is.
Well, anyway, yeah. I am too. I think it's a win-win.
Yeah,
because I don't expect to win. But if I'm close, it'll be cool. If I win, it'll be awesome. As long as I do what I showed y'all, like it'll be close.
Absolutely. Worst case scenario, you lost to an Olympic weightlifter at a clean and jerk.
The best American, like
yes.
the best one that America has.
Yeah.
In a weight class that's two weight classes higher or one weight class higher than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can literally say to anybody, there's nobody that can beat him, so it's okay.
Well, that's the point, Brock. If I do beat him,
yeah, exactly. But you have an out.
Then I'm the greatest Olympic lifter in America. that's
a good point. There you go.
Anything is possible with God. That's what I'll say. Yeah. I'll do a little. You know what? I'm gonna put the John 3:16.
I was about to tell you
right before we go out there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh man!
For the 40 people that see it, it's gonna be a big deal.
That would be funny.
All right. You want to get started?
Let's roll. I guess I can intro us. So kind of just we're primarily going to look at verses 12 through 17 today of chapter 2 in 1 John. I just wanted to kind of give a brief synopsis of what we've covered in chapter 2 so far before we dig into it, and then we'll go verse by verse like we have been doing. So as I've said in the past, John has this tendency to, at least in this chapter especially, basically write, hey, this is why I'm writing you. and then kind of give a litmus test after that. And he's done that 2 times already. First being, I'm writing these things to you so that you may not sin. Then it talks about if we know that we have come to know him if we keep his commandments. So basically, true believers, right? How you know you're a true believer is that you're not practicing sin, aka you're keeping his commandments. And then the next one was in verse 7, talking, he's not writing a new commandment, but an old commandment. And we talked kind of a little bit because the very next verse he talks about, I am writing a new commandment, though, how that's what we think he meant by that. But that commandment is the one that Jesus talked about in Matthew. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And was even given to the Israelites back in the Torah itself. So, and then at the end of verse 8, that's that last I am writing, or the last part of the I am writing state, the second I am writing statement. It says, I'm because the darkness is passing away and the true light is already shining. And then he digs into basically the one who says he is in the light and yet hates his brothers in the darkness until now. And then how being in the light is abiding in Christ. Like he uses this terminology a lot. If you look at the Gospel of John, Jesus used it all the time. He said, I am the light of the world, right? He commands us to be lights in the world. So if you're abiding in the light, then that's going to be shown by your love for your brother. Verse 10 and 11. If you love your brother, you're in the light. If you don't love your brother, or if you hate your brother, then you're walking in darkness. And that brings us to verse 12, which is the next. And he piles a bunch of I'm writing statements together here. So we'll just go verse by verse. Unless do you guys want me to read the whole passage and then come back to it, or just go verse by verse?
Let's read the whole passage and come back to it.
Yeah, at least 12 through 14, because it's kind of all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah. So I'll go 12 through 14 then. Verse 12. 1 John 2, verse 12. I am writing to you, little children, because your sins have been forgiven you for his name's sake. I am writing to you, fathers, because you know him who has been from the beginning. I am writing to you, young men, because you have overcome the evil one. I have written to you, children, because you know the Father. I have written to you, fathers, because you know him who has been from the beginning. I have written to you, young men, because you are strong and the word of God abides in you, and you have overcome the evil one. All right. So initial thoughts before I talk about anything.
I'm just feel like it could have been one verse.
Well, then you got to take it up with the monks that divided the verses after the fact.
I'm just. Could they not like hear him and then like they were like, "Can you repeat it, please?" And then they just. Dude, this reads like a Christian song. Does it not?
Yeah.
This chorus repeats itself over and over again.
Yeah. He's trying to make a point for sure.
The way I took it in this John MacArthur study Bible, it mentions a few things, and it says I am writing ... have written, meaning John repeats the message in these verses to emphasize the certainty of their belonging to God, or belonging to God's family. So like that kind of, the way I kind of took that is almost like confirmation, like that he's writing to these people and he's like, look, based on how you're living, like I know that you're in Christ, but you like almost like, hey, I know you're a believer, but listen. And then he follows that up in 15 and 16. Like I think he's leading, he's really grasping their attention in 12, 13, and 14, if he didn't already have it, to hammer down 15 and 16. And it also says that you can look at it this way as well. It says, I am writing is from John's perspective, while I have written anticipates his reader's perspective when they receive the letter. Now, like John was saying, John Young, why he put that in there like that, don't really know, because it literally says the same thing. But
like what you said in the beginning, like he says, I am writing and then I have written. It's almost like when you guys listen, I'm writing to y'all. It's not the first time. It's the same thing. It's the same deal. Y'all keep effing it up. That's what he's saying. Right? Like, I've been writing to y'all.
I think there may be part of that in there, but I think this particular, if you look at it in the context, I think he's really kind of trying to encourage them in a sense. It's because
I get God's word lives in your hearts. You've won the battle. Like, it feels almost motivational.
Right. Like, exactly.
Go forth.
Yes.
Y'all, you got it. Go get it.
And maybe, and I kind of what you and Brock are both alluding to, I think 15 and 17 is those, like, hey, kind of, or 15 through 17 are those not marching orders, but okay, since you have Christ and since you are his, like, let's go. This is what this should look like, type of thing. Kind of a litmus test, like it has been, but it's a little more affirmative and initially in verses 12 and 14. I wanted to dive in. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, he makes sure that he covers all the bases, because he says, I'm writing to you little children, which is going to be somebody fresh in the faith, somebody who's just come to Christ. Then he says, I'm writing to you fathers. Well, fathers are going to be your elderly in the faith, like they've been following your most mature level of faith. And then he says, I'm writing to you young men, because you have overcome the evil one. So this is somebody who's not fresh in their walk, but is in the process of sanctification, I guess, just like everybody else, but they're further along in the process than the children. So he makes sure that whoever's reading this letter, there's somewhere for them to fit in this passage.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Something I wanted to point out in verse 14 in particular. So he says, the end of verse 14, it says, I have written to you, young men, because you are strong and the word of God abides in you and you have overcome the evil one. So like we were saying earlier, that's almost a word for word repetition of 13, but he adds a couple things. One, because you are strong and the word of God abides in you. So that abides in you. I mean, that's been consistent with the whole book so far, right? If we're going to be followers of Christ, we have to be abiding in him or remaining in him, because it's not us that overcomes the world, right? It's God who's overcome the world. It's Jesus who's overcome the world. And I think Jesus makes a really good point of that in John 8. So I'm just going to go there really fast and kind of read. Okay, so I'll start in verse 31. And I'll go through 36. So John 8, verse 31. So Jesus was saying to those Jews who had believed him. So he had just been talking to a crowd, and there were some, it says in verse 30, as he spoke these things, many came to believe him. So this is the group that said, okay, we believe you. And he's addressing them now. If you continue in my word, then you are truly disciples of mine. And you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. They answered him, we are Abraham's descendants and have never yet been enslaved to anyone. How is it that you say you will become free? Jesus answered them, truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who commits sin is the slave of sin. The slave does not remain in the house forever. The son does remain forever. So if the son makes you free, you will be free indeed. So I think for I think this gives a good picture of, like, John is saying you have overcome the evil one in 1 John 2. But as slaves to sin, can a slave overcome his master if we're talking like slavery? No, it's the master that pardons him, or it's the son that sets him free, right? So I think this was just a good picture of, and it kind of all ties together, of how, if in order to overcome the evil one, we have to, and I'm glad like this was added, and I think he added it for this reason, we have to abide in the word of God, because it's God who overcomes the evil one, not us.
But that's why that's first.
Yeah, exactly.
God's word lives in your heart. Therefore,
Yeah,
you've overcome the battle with the evil one. He who must not be named.
So that's what I wanted to hit on in verse 14 in particular. If you guys had anything else you wanted to add before we made it to the verse 15, feel free.
No, let's get it.
All right.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 1 John 2:15 through 17. Do not love this world, nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you. For the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from this world. And this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases God will live forever. That's awesome.
What you got NLT, right?
Yeah.
I like the way it says some things.
Yeah, it speaks to you, doesn't it?
A little bit.
The way you said that.
Yeah.
Nah, it makes me want to run through a brick wall. Like I constantly tell myself those things.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is one of the.
We used to have the money
best.
talk, right? Like when on one of our first
Yeah.
ones, and I was like, I'm anti having a lot of money, and it's for that very reason.
Well, I think we pointed this out in that. I think we referenced this in that episode. I think it's one of the. Like, I don't want to put levels on the importance of different scripture, but I think this is, especially in today's day and time, this is one of the most important scriptures for a believer to check themselves with. Like, if I'm claiming to be a believer, do I love the world or the things in the world? Because we're supposed to be of the world, or we're supposed to be in the world, not of the world. What is that, Romans 12?
I'll look it up.
It's all you, man.
I think it's Romans 12.
I do want to clarify a little bit too, because I think some people, and I'm not catering this to the world, to what people think of Christianity by any means, but I think some people, rightfully so in some situations, have characterized Christians as like killjoys. And I wanted to clarify that God is not saying that we cannot enjoy things of this world. In fact, he's made things in this world for us to enjoy. In particular, like, go to the Garden of Eden, right? Food that was like stuff that was good to look at and good to eat. I want to go to Psalm 104, 14 through 15, because that was really clear for me. Let me get there.
It's John 17, Brock, but it doesn't specifically say that in the Bible. It just says they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I don't ask them.
Yeah, Romans. What I was talking about was Romans 12:2. Don't copy the behavior and the customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think.
That's NLT too, huh?
Mhm.
That verse
Yes,
sounds
sir.
so
I've
different
got
from
the
that. It's
NASB right here.
when
too.
you were reading Daniel, it was a decent bit different.
yeah.
Like yours
Some
says
of that
father,
sometimes
yours
it's
says
good.
father, and mine says mature.
Oh, okay.
Like stuff like that. No, I agree. Like sometimes it makes it way more easily readable and like it hits harder, but they're like you have to be careful.
Yeah, because sometimes then the person that's writing it is like putting meaning into it that maybe there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So just to provide that verse for clarification, Psalm 104 verses 14 and 15. He, being God, causes the grass to grow for the cattle and vegetation for the labor of man, so that he may bring forth food from the earth and wine which makes man's heart glad, so that he may make his face glisten with oil and food which sustains man's heart. I don't know if you can get more clear with like, hey, it's okay to enjoy your food and and your life a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean what we just talked about. Like it's if like I'm going to enjoy going against this behemoth of a man and this thing, but it's because God's given me a body that's able to do that.
Sure.
And you can't lose sight of that. Like the worldly or what it says. Hold on, I want to worldly a pride in our achievements and possessions,
Yeah.
right? Like it's if I think like I'm so awesome, I did this. No, like nobody else can do this. I'm King Dingaling. Like that's of the world, right? Not like how awesome is God to give me a body that is able to do this, right? Or and him, right? But just being able to work out for fun, it gives me enjoyment doing those things. Same thing for Daniel and playing football. I mean, I know it's like sometimes it's not enjoyable, but you're enjoying the chase of a goal. And God makes that possible.
I'm turning to one more verse because you reminded me of. So this is Solomon in Ecclesiastes 5, talking about how like enjoying what God has given us, right? Here's what I have seen to be good and fitting: to eat, to drink, and enjoy oneself in all one's labors in which he toils under the sun during the few years of his life which God has given him, for this is his reward. Furthermore, as for every man to whom God has given riches and wealth, he has also empowered him to eat from them and to receive his reward and rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. So, like you said, right? God's given you the ability to go compete against this. Like, enjoy it and use it, but use it for his glory, right?
Yeah, another one I love this verse. 1 Corinthians 15:10. Paul goes like, whatever I am now, it's just like, people were looking at Paul like, oh, dude, he's real close with God. He's that God guy. And he goes, whatever I am now, it's just because God's poured his special favor on me. And it's not without results because I've worked harder than I love because he says, I have worked harder than all of the other apostles. But it is not because of me. It's because God has allowed me to do this.
That's ballsy, dude.
Yeah, that's what he says. And it's not I, but God who is working through me by his grace. I think it's like the exact wording. But the fact that he says, I have worked harder, right? That means like God's given me the ability to work hard. Like, and I resonate with that so much. Like, I just think that's awesome. Like, physically, mentally, and just being able to take whatever, right? Like, I don't know. Like that it just resonates with me. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then, but like, and the fact that he says that, like, if you in your own stuff that you do, you know, you work hard, you put in a whole bunch of hours to be great at something, like, you know, whether that's your work or running or football or lifting or whatever, like you work really hard on this stuff, but like, and you're doing it, right? But it's because God's grace is upon you. It's not because you,
Right.
even though you are doing it. like it's like separating the two, but like understanding like the beauty in it. You know what I mean? Of the goal, of the chase. And I think that's very easy to lose sight of in people with goals.
Brock, did you have anything else you wanted to add to that before we snap back and say, but don't love the world too much?
No, I don't think so.
I do. I did want to just kind of add on to your comment a little, John. Johnny, our pastor, Johnny Artabanis, has been going through. He's taking a break from John right now, and he's going through a series on work. And one of the Sundays that he did, he talked about. It actually might have been before that. He talked about God's grace sustaining us, and I think there's like His grace is ongoing during that time, during our lives to sustain us. Right? It's not just, oh, God's grace saved you, right? He gave you Jesus' righteousness in His place because you believed, yada yada, all that stuff. It's ongoing, like helping you get, as Jesus says in the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread, to just continue going day in and day out. That's His sustaining grace. And I think we can approach work and life so differently because we know both the end goal and the end like result, but also who rules over all of it. So work is not this. He said, I think you're going to spend 100,000 hours in your life working, which is about a third of your life if it's normal and you retire and everything. And it doesn't have to be, now it will be sometimes, but it doesn't have to be, man, this sucks. I have to do this to get money, and then then I can use my money on things that I actually enjoy doing. It can be something like, no, I'm digging this ditch for the glory of God. I'm, building this house, whatever it may be. I'm what are you reconciling this, whatever, I don't know, something finance related.
Make a silver lining out of it. That might be the wrong.
It's more so
like this
Just
sucks,
having
but it's for the glory
a
of God.
Christ-like perspective.
Yes, exactly.
I'd say that's something I struggle with a lot because I love what I do. Like it doesn't feel like work, right? Like, and I think I don't like count the hours or like I don't know how many hours I put into things because a lot of it's random at random times. I know how many hours I work at the gym, but like all the other stuff I do, like, which is just a lot of remote training and just all this type of stuff. Like I feel like I probably work a lot, but it's just, I just don't look at it like that. And then somehow I got, 70 grand out of everything. Right. Like, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like, I didn't think it was that much. Right. And then, I don't, but what I'm saying, like, it's hard for me to have a Christ-like perspective. Like I'm doing this for the Lord or like, because I love what I do. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't have a sucky perspective.
Yeah, you don't have to make yourself.
You. Sorry.
You got us back?
You don't have to yeah. Y'all got me?
Yeah, I got you back.
Yeah, like you don't have to not necessarily put on the face, but you don't have to force yourself to, you don't have to make the decision in the morning like, okay, I'm gonna have
to go to work. No, yeah. No, this is just my everyday and I enjoy what I do.
It depends on the day for me personally. Depends on what I'm.
Sure.
You have a real job though.
True. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing, but like
Right.
I don't think like I'm doing this for God or having a Christ-like perspective. I feel like I don't do that very often at all. But I think enjoying what I do so much is a reason why. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. I'm so thankful. I feel like I'm so blessed. But you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're on the other end of the spectrum. Like for Brock, it might be like finding the value in his work when it feels mundane, whereas for you, it's realizing that what you're doing never valuing what you're doing more than who you're doing it for, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that, and I don't hate my job by no means. I actually do like my job. I don't necessarily love it to the point that like John does, but like I don't hate my job. But I think it's very interesting that two people on like the opposite end of the spectrum both have the same struggle of,
And just in a very different way.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. I would say like I would just, as we're talking, like it's just thoughts are popping in my head. Like God has given me a gift to improve people's health and wellness in certain ways that I feel like I'm better than most, right? But like God has made me that way. So like I can look at it like I'm using the gifts that God has given me. Right. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have that perspective. But I think that's the perspective I should have. Not like I refuse to have that perspective. I'm saying just that thought doesn't pop into my head.
Yeah. And I think that parlays very good into the next part where we're not basically in comparison, right? So yes, we can enjoy things in the world, but in comparison, that's what this verse is saying. We should not love the world compared to Christ. The classic verse that I'm sure a lot of you probably, I know both of you have heard, but I'm sure most of our listeners, if not all of them, have heard, is Luke 14:26. It's also in Matthew, but if anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. I don't know if you can make it more clear than that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. And just so we're clear, like he's not saying you need to hate your family.
Hey, Leslie, I hate you.
Happy anniversary, Destiny.
Bring Abby in here too. I hate her too.
It's in comparison, like for example, let's take John's job. If God said to John, "Hey, I love what you're doing, but I'm going to use you greatly as a nurse, and you're going to go work full time at that, and you need to give this up." Like, are you willing to walk away from your job and do that?
I mean, I would have to have an angel come tell me this.
Well, he's not right now. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think it would be clear to me unless an actual angel had come told me.
Dude,
so.
what if you have a dream tonight and an angel comes in your dream?
And listen, if it feels like nothing I've ever felt before, then I'd be like, I think I'd be like, I have to do this. I don't want to do this at all. But like, if I'm saying, like, if that were to happen, it would feel like nothing you've ever felt before. You would be so convicted in what just happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would, this is a God is speaking to you, right? Like it's, that doesn't happen. You know, as God's spoken to y'all, literally. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that happens. I don't have a problem going and doing that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I would tell this angel, whoever this is, fine. I think that's what I would say. Like that.
Whatever, dude.
Like yeah. This angel come to me. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm serious. And I'm like, that sucks. All right.
Like, let me talk to him. Like,
that's fine. Yeah.
Go tell him I want to talk to him.
Let me speak to your manager. That's
that's funny.
But if that were to happen to me, I honestly do not think I would have an issue doing that. I wouldn't want to all the way. I would hate it. And it would take a long time to find joy in what I do. It takes one Gertrude to just ruin your whole experience. And I've had that happen, and I don't want it again. So
if he gives you that, he'll give you the joy in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if he makes me do that, then my Abby Grace better be the next Tade Pagacha. Yes, baby. What?
I love how you have no filter sometimes. It's like you say it exactly how you're thinking it. And
why would I have a filter?
No, it's I just find it's both entertaining and genuine. So I just letting you know I appreciate it. So
okay, well, You're welcome. All of the Barbell Spin listeners get the exact same thing, just CrossFit stuff. Do you guys think you would have an issue with it?
Yeah,
I'm like you. Like, yeah, like I would definitely have an issue and have a hard time doing it. But if you've got, like you said, if you experience God, I think it would be even harder to say no. If you truly, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think if you said no, he would make you do it. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at
something would
Jonah.
happen.
Yeah,
you know, Jonah didn't want to do it.
I don't think you could say no, but it's just your heart, like what your heart ends up doing. You know,
I would pray that you can't say no, because if you can say no and he lets you go do your own thing, then are you his?
Yeah.
Like, I would pray that he's that father that disciplines me and does what needs to be done, however much that may hurt.
You'd be your own version of Pharaoh, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. But just to really punctuate what we're saying, I wanted to turn to Philippians really fast. Chapter 3, verse 7 and 8. But whatever things were gained to me, those things I have counted as loss for the sake of Christ. More than that, I count all things to be lost in view of the surpassing value of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things and count them but rubbish, so that I may gain Christ. So
yeah, and right before that, that's him saying, like, he lists all this stuff. He's like,
yeah,
if anybody was good enough, it would have been me, based on the law. Like, I was circumcised when I was 8 days old, pure-blooded citizen of Israel, member of the tribe of Benjamin, a real Hebrew, if there ever was one. I was a member of the Pharisees, who demand the strictest obedience of the law. I was so zealous, I harshly persecuted the church. And as for righteousness, I obeyed the law without fault.
Yep.
I once thought these things were valuable, but now I consider them worthless. Yeah, I like that passage.
So, moving from, I think we've addressed the do we love the world or the things in this world. John gets crystal clear. If we do love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And then we've addressed that. Like, if you're, as Jesus said in Luke, if you love the things of this world more than me, you cannot be my disciple. And then we're verse 16, where it just starts listing. Actually, verse 16 and 17, because 16 just starts listing all the desires. John, John or Brock, can you guys read that from the NLT again? Just I want to hear it from those words, verse 16 and 17 again.
For the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from this world. And this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases God will live forever.
I like the way it says
I think at the end at 17, he sums it up plain and simple.
Yep.
The world is passing away, and everything that's in it. It's almost like he's like, the world's not going to go anywhere. It's passing away, and everything in it. So why would you follow the world?
Mm-hmm.
And say that, especially in saying that you're a Christian, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I do love how it. So 17 in my version NASB says the world is passing away and also its lust, just like you just said, Brock. But the one who does the will of the God lives forever. He really like punctuates like, hey, all those things that seem good, like your cravings right now, they're gone. Like, not worth it. I think to really wrap it all up, unless you guys got something else you want to add before I do so.
Well, no, we can wrap it up. But what is the Epstein ride solo thing?
Okay, we'll get to that after this.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's
all right.
Like we didn't do the future of AI or Epstein ride. So like I just read the headline. I'm like, we talk about any of this. Like go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
okay.
Wrapping
up our Bible study, Matthew 24, verse 35. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. There you go.
What was that again?
Matthew 24, verse 35. Do you want me to read it again?
No, you're good.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you, Lord, for Jesus. Thank you for
your word.
Eternal satisfaction.
For those who do not love the world, but love the Father.
Yes.
Sometimes I think, man, it's so cool. We just have like this instructional guide. Like it's like if we didn't have that, oh man. Like I don't know how people. I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess the Torah. I guess they had their own kind of version. But I don't know how people operated without it.
Dude, can you imagine like how sad being a Jew right now is? You're just banking on the Old Testament, on this promised Messiah, and you haven't heard any revelation for 2,000 plus years at this point. Like,
I don't know how they don't go like, maybe it was Jesus. Maybe it was. Right. You know, I don't know how like that thought doesn't pop in their head at all. But
I wonder if it's more like,
you know, if it's cemented in them as a child that like he was just this rebel. You know what I'm saying? Like then I guess you just win everything. But like you would never think maybe Muhammad was the last prophet. Like there is something to that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like you would never think that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like if at 2 years old, that was just put in your brain 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And like that's how they feel with Jesus.
I wonder if they've almost made it like the old Roman Catholic Church was, like with the control. Like I wonder if like I guess it would be considered like modern day Pharisees. I wonder if they've instilled this control on what they're gonna almost make their religion believe. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know how the Roman Catholic Church before the, what was it, the Protestant Reformation, how they would,
Martin Luther.
yeah, like you could only read the Bible at their, at the church, and you couldn't even read it. You had to be read from a priest.
Yeah.
So obviously they controlled what you were reading that day. They controlled what you heard. I wonder if it's kind of the same, kind of similar with the Jews.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like society is modern enough now where
You can find anything on the internet, dude. They can't control you on the internet.
and I mean, at least let's just pick Israel. Like Israel's a developed country, so I would imagine their literacy rates are pretty good. So, but you're right. I mean, if you've been brainwashed as a child, let's look at. I'm going to be politically incorrect here, but let's look at the younger generations in our country and what they've gone through with the educational system, basically just trying to create mindless drones, right? Eventually you stop questioning things because you weren't taught how to think or taught how to research or any of that.
And then you don't know what you are.
Yeah. Sad. Gotta pray that those blinders are lifted, man.
I'm more thinking about like people in like the year like 500. How the freak do those people like live by God? We're under a new covenant, right? Jesus
Everything has
died and
changed.
resurrected. The Bible's it's been written, but it's not like it's not everywhere, right? Like, and you live, I don't know, you live somewhere in the year 500. You don't live in the Middle East. Like, just how does that work? You know what I mean?
In what way?
I just like, how would you?
It'd have to just be word of mouth.
Yeah, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I know, I get that. I just could not imagine living a Christ-like life, or if that's all I had to go by.
And I think that's another reason why we should be grateful that we're in the time that we are,
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
we
saying,
have so much access.
no, yeah, for sure. But like you want to talk about like these cravings aren't worth it, right? Your sinful cravings aren't worth it. Dude, like if I didn't have the Bible, I don't know if word of mouth is going to stop my cravings.
Yeah, like how would you
it's too
know for sure if what you were doing was actually wrong?
Because
like,
this dude said it, but I don't know if I can trust that dude.
Yeah.
Right? I'm from an Assyrian background. They didn't like us. We didn't like them. You know what I mean? I know there's right and wrong, but this girl looks good. You know, like I'm just saying, if I lived back, you understand what I'm saying? Like we have this guide of life, of how to live your life, or in a history book too. Like it's everything. We have everything at our fingers, right? If you didn't have that, I could not imagine not having that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's flip that on its head.
And maybe these people just live in houses in heaven because they believed in Jesus and that he was the Son of God, and they believed he died on the cross for our sins, and then that's kind of where it stopped. You know what I mean? Like they don't get the mansions.
Well, let's flip that on its head a little bit, right? Like,
except Peter. Peter had a big mansion, dude. His mansion's crazy.
If
he tells everybody about it, and it gets smaller every year because of it. But
if there were people and individuals that were unwilling to believe when the Son of God was in front of them,
they weren't in 500.
Well, what I'm trying to say is there were people unwilling to believe when Jesus was in front of them. And we look at that and we're like, that's preposterous.
That's crazy.
There are people unwilling to believe now when we have the instruction manual handed to us. But there's also the flip side of that. There's people willing to believe on just the faith of a child, and then God does a work in their life and their lives are changed. So I don't know, dude. That's a good question. You should hold on to that once you die.
You think God is like has the perfect amount of got to work a little bit harder during this time period? You know what I mean? Like he's like, and obviously it's not hard work for God, but you know, like all we're doing as Christians is planting seeds. We can't turn anybody into a believer. We just, you know, we're just telling him this is how you do it, right? Like this is how to become a child of God. This is how you be saved, right? Like, and then God, it's on God to work on them if you, right? Or it's on this person and God, their relationship, right? I'm saying maybe he has this fine line that, like maybe he just turned people a little bit harder. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if a child said something to somebody, I mean, they just believed God, that Jesus is the Son of God off of that.
I mean, maybe there was a bunch of conversions like Paul during that time. I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Like maybe there was just like more stuff that we can't like really comprehend right now, right? Or like that we don't know.
You know what I would love once we get to heaven? I would love to just sit and watch. Well, I probably won't because I won't care about it at that point, but just sit and watch history from God's perspective at that point.
Dude, it'd be a sad movie. What are you talking about?
It would. You're right.
Why would you want to do that, dude? That's watching a child in the striped pajamas like for 7,000 years.
That's why I said I won't care about it at that time. But like the stuff
Have you seen that movie, A Boy in Striped Pajamas?
No, I've heard about it. I don't need to see
really sad.
Yeah, I don't need to see
you
it.
need to see it.
No, you want to see it. You want to see it from God's perspective. You just said it.
Okay.
The entire existence of Earth is the Holocaust, Daniel. That's what God's perspective is.
No, I meant, you know what I meant. I'm not trying to see people like willingly choose the wrong thing. I'm more so saying from like, oh, that's what you did there. Or like, oh, that's how that happened. Or this or that. Not to say, oh, look, there's that idiot that just chose to go to hell. Like, no, come on, man.
But that's
I want to see my man Jonah getting swallowed by a fish. I want to see the ark, the flood.
It would be cool if they had a complete realistic like movie.
The fire coming down and leading the people.
Of these things. You know what I mean? But then like the real Passion of the Christ, it's going to be the #1 movie in heaven. Is that like, you know?
No, dude, I'm watching Revelation. I don't know what you're talking about.
We can't see Revelation. It hadn't happened yet.
If I'm outside of time, then I can.
Are you?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not.
I feel like I mean, I don't know. But like I feel like God's the only one who knows Revelation. I feel like that's not a movie yet.
I think if we die
Except
before
John probably been like, guys, I saw the sneak peek. I saw the trailer to this movie. It's insane. Like, I don't know when it's coming out. Could be next year. Could be like, you know, next millennium. But the trailer's off the hook. There were so many things I didn't even know what they were. I just made up words, and I hoped everybody, and you know, I just let people ride and take it how they want to take it. Some people think there's dragons. Some people think there's helicopters. I didn't know what a helicopter was back then, so I just kind of threw some stuff out.
Some people think there's AI.
Yeah, those are the conversations I would want to have. Like right, because he's got visions of things, and we don't know. We're just interpreting it as it is, but it could be a whole bunch of different stuff, right? And then he would know after the fact what he was seeing, even though he didn't know what he was seeing back then. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I would want to be like, you know, tell me about it. What happened? like you know, like
he might be up there. He might be up there watching, like, you know, everybody says like the things in Revelation, certain things like the beast that comes out of the sea is
or
supposed to be like a metaphor.
Leviathan, and
Yeah.
in those words.
Yeah, like the beast is supposed to be a metaphor for I can't remember the country or whatever that's rising to power. John's up there like, nah, dude, it's a real beast. Like I've seen it. You know what I mean? Like he was like, y'all are all wrong.
Yeah.
You know who
Just
was
wait.
right? The Japanese people, because Godzilla was a real deal thing. He just didn't, it was just way back in the day. Y'all think it was a T-Rex. Godzilla was more kind of like what we're dealing with. I would love if they had actual like things that I could understand as a person. That's the thing. Is like once you're there, now you're not a person anymore. So like it's none of this stuff, none of the world matters anymore, right? So like all the things that we think, like we wouldn't think anymore.
I don't know exactly, dude, because I mean we're gonna get new
obviously,
bodies.
Nobody knows, but like every question you have, I don't think you would have that question when you're there.
Yes,
and not because now you know. You just don't. It just won't even hit you.
I do agree with you there. I think a lot of it's going to be like, why would I even care about that? I'm in the presence of God. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's like, God made aspects of this world, as we said, to enjoy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like, okay, hey, you guys want to go learn some stuff? There's a classroom over here. Like, we're going to go talk through some stuff. Or like, hey, you guys want to go like work
how
out?
many people would be in that classroom though? Like,
dude,
so many people would be in
I'll
class.
be there. Us three can sit beside
and then I'll be like,
I want to know.
This class is so freaking crowded. Why can't we just have like? I need to talk to whoever's in charge of like making this stuff, because this is college all over again. This is got these pull out desks that I can't fit in. Like yeah. I hope so. I think it would be very enjoyable, but I also think it won't matter. But it would be fun.
We'll find out, man.
I just have a phone that's got all the people I would want to talk to on it automatically, or maybe I can just like
yeah. Or you could just speak and they hear it.
yeah. I don't even have to think of this person. They are everybody already knows who I'm trying to talk to, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, Steve Jobs would roll over in his grave when he saw what this is going on right now. This is crazy. And then Jesus would be like, he is rolling over in his grave. That's exactly what he's doing right now. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh man.
Where's he at right now?
The world may never know. Is he dead? Is he alive?
I think he's dead. But
he's definitely dead.
What is the nature of this caption?
Well, there's absolutely no way, absolutely 0% chance that he was the only one. Absolutely 0% chance. And there's a 0% chance that there was not a client list.
That he's the only what?
So apparently, for anybody who doesn't know, apparently they came out this week and said, I know Daniel knows. I'm sure you know too, John. But they come out this week and said that Jeffrey Epstein, basically they said in a nutshell that he acted alone, that there was no other evidence to incriminate anybody else. There was supposedly there's no evidence to convict any official, any big name people. There's no evidence that there was any blackmail involved. In a nutshell, they came out and said Jeffrey Epstein was the sole guy who's falling for all this, and that's it.
That disgusting Jeffrey Epstein.
That was awful. Those meddling kids. No, it's really bothered me this week. It shouldn't, but that's been the thing that's really bothered me this week.
Can I ask you something?
Yep.
Is it gonna mess with anything that you're doing?
Oh no, it doesn't affect me, but it's just bothered me. Like I don't know. I didn't really have any faith in the government or anything, anyways. But this is just kind of the last thing that it's like, okay. And I think it's because, now don't get me wrong, I do not by any means think that Trump was the savior. Trump was this upstanding guy, by no means, nothing like that. But I think it's hit a little different for me, being that he's in office and he's let it happen, especially with the video that I sent y'all of his reaction to the guy asking the question. I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, if people can't see through that, and I'm saying that voting after I voted for the guy, if people can't see through that and see what's really going on, like, there's no hope for those people.
Daniel's loving this.
Well, what are you talking about?
You just love watching Brock just come over to your conspiracy island.
Okay, like first off,
There is no conspiracy.
look how defensive he's getting already. Like he's
this was just the inflection point for Brock. I texted him that, like, and he probably had some beforehand, but this was the nail in the coffin, and it's just for me. And it happened a couple years earlier, so I was like, when this happened, I'm like, well, you know what? That's about what I expected at this point. So
this is like, I just don't care. Like they're all bad. I don't like it. It's not going to change. You're not going to change it. You're not going to change it. So whoever you think raising your children will be better under whatever laws that they end up doing, that's who you should vote for.
yeah.
And then I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't care who they are as people. I don't care if they say they're Christian or not. I don't believe anything that they say. But I know one side is for abortion, for trans people. Not that trans people aren't people, but for making everybody think that that's okay. Therefore, I mean, gay marriage. I know Republicans are kind of okay with that now too. But one side's for all of it, and then the other side tends to not be for that. So that's the side that I'm going to vote on. I literally don't care who is for who. They're going to try to please their side while trying to also, increase their whatever they're doing, right? Whatever they're into. And I'm fine. That's my opinion on it. And I just don't care. I don't care to let it affect my feelings the way Daniel constantly does, and the way you're doing you're jumping to now, Brock.
I think for me it's more I don't necessarily care so much about the individual running the show. It's more what it says about the future of our country. And I know, like, America's going to kick the bucket eventually, but like the future of our country, how far we've fallen from where we started, and then the fact that there's no actual justice for these victims. Like, I would love to see all the guys that have millions and billions and whatever dollars that went to that island that thought that they were above the law getting put in prison. Like, that's just a desire for justice. So, like, does it bother me? Come, Lord Jesus, come, make it all right. That's all I'm trying to say with that. Like, so it's not affecting the way I live my life in any means. It's more just like, as the psalmists say, and so many of them, Lord, when will you like deal with the wicked here? Like, this is out of hand.
And then I'll go like, how about this though? Like, I don't think Jesus walked around just upset because the Pharisees do what they do. But then when he's asked about the Pharisees, he says the truth about the Pharisees. But he's not like, I mean, that's kind of more John the Baptist territory. Like that goes out and seeks, what the Pharisees like. I feel like the Pharisees are like modern day politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think that's a fair analogy?
Yeah.
Like Jesus is asked about that. He's like, they're evil and wicked and they're leading people astray. Right? His day to day, he don't care. He don't care about them.
He went into the temple and started.
Yeah, but that's because he
stuff.
was going into the temple, and then he saw all this stuff happen, and he's Jesus, right? But like every day wasn't a temple day.
No, I understand.
It was one day he walked into it and seen them just gambling them away and making the temple something that it shouldn't have been, and then he got real mad. Every single day was not that day.
I understand that. What's your point is my question. Are you trying to say that
you should not live your life thinking about these things because they're just going to upset you? And then if somebody asks you or your opinion, or like there comes a time where it's like for you to say what you think, then to not be afraid to be honest.
See, I think that's where you misunderstand where I am at this point. I would 100% agree with you that in 2021, 2022, I was like visibly like this upset me because I was like finding all.
And I'm pretty sure we had a conversation during that time, and I'm like, oh man, Daniel's really in it. Like,
well, also too, you didn't read the news on anything, so you didn't know what was going on. But
I don't care. I like it's.
There. Okay. Listen. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
There is a sense that ignorance is bliss. I agree, but there is also a sense of, look, I'm trying to be the man of my household and live and guide my family accordingly. So I need to know what I'm up against, and I've now gotten to the point where it's like, okay, like I can't trust anybody. Like, it's that simple.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now that we're at that point, when this stuff happens, it's just like, okay, this is what happens. But like, it's a process of getting to that point.
That's fair. But I would argue that I'm at that point too. I just don't care to let it run me.
Yeah. And that's probably a personality difference. I'm one. And
you're absolutely right. I don't know. Like I feel like I know a lot more news now than I did then. But I still don't seek it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
because I don't. Everything is a lie. I can't believe anything, and maybe some things are truthful, but you don't know. Like, I don't. So I just don't even care to know. And then I'm gonna vote the way I vote, and I'm gonna do the best for my Abby Grace. If things come to pass where it's like, oh shoot, our government's like getting to a point where like I might need to figure some stuff out, I'm gonna move to the mountains. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I get what you're saying, but I also think it's a little like, I mean, it's a little naive in a sense. Like for example, let's look at homeschooling laws. Okay. Mm-hmm. Those are very, very deceptive. New Jersey is trying to pass one right now that basically says, oh yeah, you can homeschool your kid. It just has to follow, and then it says it just has, and it's a short bill from what I've read. You just have to follow an approved curriculum, and this person needs to check up on you and stuff like that. And you need to follow these like teach these things. So if you're like, okay, I'm homeschooling and I have to teach on transgenderism, I'm gonna teach how it's wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but guess what? You can't do that because you have to teach it according to the way they said it was okay in their bill. That's not in that bill. That's in their state law. That's 500 pages long. Yeah. And then guess what? You get put in prison and your children get taken to DCFS. So that's what the stuff I'm talking about. Like you have to be vigilant in that regard because the rug can get swept right under you.
Do you live in New Jersey?
No, I'm just saying if you
think that's crazy.
Okay, well that type of stuff is happening everywhere. So like if you don't think that that's not happening or can't happen, look at freaking Austin, dude. Like, and
Yeah,
look at
we don't live in Austin.
Look at all the libs moving to Texas. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just saying you have to be at least a little aware of it so that that type of stuff doesn't happen and that you're just like screwing your family over. That's the only thing
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you with that. I don't disagree with you about that. But when Abby Grace is 5, then I'll figure out all the homeschool stuff.
It's a little late, but okay.
You think it's late?
Just starting kindergarten then, man.
No, 5 is preschool.
Well, I think personally the whole Epstein stuff. Another way to think about it, and I know this just from going through what we went through with Mama with cancer. You don't, and I'm tying that in. I'm not just throwing that out. So you don't really think about people with cancer until somebody in your family gets cancer, right? Well, at the same time, you don't really think about justice for these girls because it really hadn't hit your family either. But for example, if my sister or God forbid my daughter, if I'm 20 years back in time, well, what if Baker would have somehow made it on that island? And now, dude, man, now all these people are walking free. And I know this is hypothetical, and this is what if. You can't live your life on a what if. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you look at it from that perspective, I mean, you've got thousands of girls.
Yeah,
and that's just this example. You know what I mean?
I will say that this is a fault of mine, and I'm really, really bad about sympathy. For example, like if it doesn't affect me, I just kind of rolls off. And like not sympathy, sympathy for others, not sympathy for others, just having sympathy yourself. Like I watched Sound of Freedom, and like I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like it makes me feel bad. I don't want to watch it. Like why would I? And like I watched the whole thing, and I felt bad the whole time. But like I don't want to watch stuff like that because it's gonna make me feel bad. It's gonna make me feel sad, and now I'm just depressed for a couple days. Like the flooding that happened in Texas, big deal. Like there's a lot of people. There's like 20 people from Houston that are missing, and it's terrible, and it's like a real deal terrible thing. And Leslie told me about the flooding, and she's like on the edge of tears, and I'm like, and she's like, this just happened, like it hit this camp, and like it's a camp we could have sent Abby to, like in the future, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's sad, it's really bad. Like I don't want to think about it because it'll just depress me, and I think, and I know that this is just a fault that I have, and I don't know why I'm like that at all. But I don't like to seek out sad things. I don't like which what you're saying, Daniel, is different. What you're saying is being vigilant, right? And I agree with that wholeheartedly. But with the Epstein deal, like I have a hard time putting Abby Grace in that situation. I have a hard time. Like it doesn't hit me like that. And I honestly think it's a fault. It's a me problem. I don't know how to get more sympathetic.
I don't know if that's I think that's a guy girl difference, to be honest. I'm very similar, and Miranda will like sit. She wanted to bring the Texas thing up a lot, and I was like, I was very similar. I'm like this.
Like why are you looking at this?
Yeah, I'm like, this sucks. This is terrible. Like awful. We need to pray for those people, but I'm not going to read about this. Like I have no desire to.
But then you're absolutely right, Brock. Like if that were me in that situation, it'd be terrible. But that's why I don't want to think about it, because it would be terrible. Like I don't like putting myself and my thoughts in those situations. because I just get depressed and I just start like, I don't know, I end up getting like angry, and that's no good for nobody.
So you can also, like, I also think if, and everybody's different. Like, everybody's thought processes are different. Everybody processes things different. But if everybody, and I'm not saying you're wrong for, I mean, that's who you are. But if everybody had that mindset, nothing would ever change. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody was like, "Oh, I just don't want to see it." Like, it's the same way with like foster kids. You don't want to see it because it makes you sad. But if everybody was like that, then there would be no foster parents. There would be no help for those kids.
I put that
You know what I'm saying?
I put that in a different lens. Because I think I would adopt a foster kid. Me and Leslie have talked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
about it.
just using that as an example. You know.
Yeah. That's different. Or like somebody getting bullied and like standing up for them. That's I put that in a completely different lens. Like if you're in the real life situation that's going on, like that's so different. I have no problem like being active in those situations.
Yeah,
I'm strictly talking like this horrible
stuff
thing.
that's not gonna affect you.
Right. This horrible thing happened in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas if it was a neighborhood beside you, you would do what you could to go help
Yes.
your neighbor.
Yes.
You know
yes,
what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
No,
If
I see what you're saying.
my neighbor's daughter got like missing, we would go look for that little girl for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
And like probably a lot. I'd probably do everything that I could. Right. And that doesn't directly affect me, but it's like it's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like this is me, right? So I gotta wrap it up soon, guys. She's getting there. Oh, I want to show you guys this. So I don't know how much you know about the Tour de France, but this is the Queen of the Mountains jersey that we got on. You see Abby Grace? Can you see yourself? Can you see yourself?
Does she have red hair, dude?
No, she doesn't. It just looks, I guess it just looks weird. But anyway, we got a yellow jersey too, but she's getting too big for it. So she got the big belly.
That's a good thing.
Oh, I know. Dude, she's apparently like big. I don't know how. I don't know if that stays, but that would be cool. It'd be cool if she's like my height.
You're
How
dang
much
right.
does she weigh?
18.
That's pretty big.
How old is she?
5 months.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Dude, I know.
Yeah,
I know, dude. She's a big little girl, right? She's a big mama.
Good, though.
And guess what? I will call her a big mama, and she will love it.
She's only 5 months.
I think we're coming up on 6, but like she's 5 and change.
Yeah, that's big, dude. Good for her.
Like, well, what's today? July 9th?
That's still big, even if it's 6 months. That's
July 15th will be 6 months. So
Yeah.
almost 6 months. But
Isaiah's significantly smaller than Titus was.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying to her. I was like, really? Because like you should have big baby, like you should have big people. But I don't know. I just think we just assumed she would be tiny. You know.
Is your wife tall, Daniel?
No, she's like 5'6". 5'6". Yeah, 5'6", 5'7".
Taller than average, but not like tall.
She's like skinny though. Yeah,
but just bone structure. Like Daniel's tall and she's like taller than average. So like their boys will probably be around Daniel and their girls will probably be slightly taller than Miranda.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm doing 5'8". Like if you had girls, I know you don't have girls, but 5'8", 5'9" girls tall.
Yeah. I don't think my boys will be as big as me, but we'll see.
That you're bigger than them as a baby?
Yeah, I was.
And I mean, your parents are bigger than you guys. Christy pulls so much weight.
Yeah.
in y'all's families and in that department, and like how big you're gonna be department. Like Christy doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
his mom's like 5'10", Brock, and his dad's like 6'2".
Mom's not quite 5'10", but she's a solid, like she's not overweight at all, but she's just like a solid individual. She was like yoked up in college.
She's sturdy.
No, don't say sturdy. Don't say sturdy because that implies like big.
I think your mom's skinny. I don't know what you're talking about.
She is. She's very skinny. I just mean like there's just different. Miranda has a very slender build.
Yeah. Miranda's fragile. She's bone. She's got like solid bones.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
She's not big, bro.
No, she's not. She's definitely not.
You don't have to hate her.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
All right.
We're good. We're good to wrap up.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. This was a fun one. I had fun. I feel like we covered a lot of topics.
I won't be able to do it next week because I'll be at the beach. I'm not.
Oh, have fun, man.
Still?
Huh?
You're still at the beach?
No, I said I will be at the beach next Thursday.
Okay, we'll have Grant.
Yeah, we're going for a week.
Are you good with that, Daniel?
Nice, good job. That'll be fun.
I feel like Grant should be our go-to like fill-in.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with that. I was responding to Brock, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Like if I can't be here, Grant can come in. Brock can't. If you can't be here, I like the 3-piece.
Works out.
All right, guys.
See you.
Until next time.
Still don't have the balloons or